Hey everyone, this is Rochelle for multiple passive streams of income. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you are notified when I load new videos. As always, I will include a timeline in the description below so you can skip to the parts that interest you, and my affiliate links are in the description below as well. If you're interested in anything I talk about, you can join through my affiliate links. Some of them will help you as well as help me. Let's get started. As always, we will look at my HASHFLARE and Crypterra accounts, and I don't have too many updates on price-pop.com, which is my website where I sell cryptocurrency themed tees and hoodies and now baby onesies, and Amazon merch. But I will elaborate on what direction I'm working on towards this weekend later in the video. Let's look at Crypterra first. Crypterra.net's website finally went down on Wednesday. In fact, I had taken a screen print of it earlier that day, and one of the YouTube people that I follow, Crypto Robert, put up a video that evening talking about Crypterra's final exit. And he actually has some info about a group who's seeking to try to find the people responsible for the Crypterra scam and exit. And they also are raising money to fund this effort. So I will link Crypto Robert's YouTube video in the description below if you're interested in learning more about helping to fund this effort. As far as my account with Crypterra, I lost $385. I invested twice the amount of $270 for a total of $540. I was able to withdraw $155 in January. So my total loss with Crypterra.net totals $385. Again, no one likes to lose any money. And hopefully the people who are initiating the effort to try to find the scammers behind Crypterra.net, hopefully that effort is fruitful. That was the chance I took. As always, it's very hard to know if these mining companies are scams because the actual business model of mining is a very good one. But unfortunately, we have thieves out there who are going to use that business model to get people to invest and obviously leave with their money. So just be careful. And I say that to say also that just because HASHFLARE and CCG mining and Genesis mining have been around for a short amount of time, and in fact HASHFLARE just had a 3-year anniversary special that they ran. So all of these mining companies are relatively young as well. But as time goes on, there seems to be more trust put into these companies that haven't come in and ran with your money in 2 months. But again, always be careful and do as much due diligence as you can. Obviously, the due diligence is always not as productive because you have companies that are not in the United States. You also, some of them haven't even provided, information as to where their mining rigs are because supposedly, for protection and secrecy. But ultimately, we don't live in any of these countries to be able to physically walk up on the physical location of these mining rigs to see if there actually are mining rigs that exist. So again, not to belabor the point, just be careful. Again, a lot of these coin mining companies have young track records, so it's always going to be hard to really be able to do 100% due diligence. So please just be very careful. Let's move on to HASHFLARE. As of today, my HASHFLARE account has mined 0.016 Bitcoin since my last withdrawals of 0.107 Bitcoin on March 15th and 0.05 Bitcoin on January 9th. My total Bitcoin earned from mining is totaling to 0.173 Bitcoin. This week, Bitcoin finally started to rise, trading a little over 8,000. It was trading a little less than 8,000 when I checked it earlier. But this comes from a week where Bitcoin was trading at 6,800. Of course, no one knows where prices will go, but so far the people who stated the tax deadline would be the date when Bitcoin would start to strengthen, so far that seems to be correct. Again, Bitcoin could drop a minute from now. So as I always state, my individual investment opinion is that Bitcoin will be worth more in the future than the day I invested in it. Since the value of Bitcoin this week jumped from 6,800 to slightly over 8,000, I want to just take a minute to look at projections. Remember last week I was talking about how you have to take these projections with a grain of salt because they are based on that day's Bitcoin value. So to illustrate this, let's take a look at last week's projection. And that's when Bitcoin's value was around $6,800. So as you can see, my $3,150 investment should be worth $3,939 if we're using last week's value of Bitcoin, which was $6,800. And if you look at the screen now and look at that same $3,150 investment on today's Bitcoin price, which is slightly under $8,000, you see that that projection is now $4,134. So again, when you're looking at these projections, just take these projections with a grain of salt because they are going to move up and down depending on what the Bitcoin price is the day that you look at them. So far, I haven't reinvested any of my Bitcoin I've accumulated from mining, but that is also another consideration down the line. I think my hesitation is due to the down market currently, but I'm definitely pondering what my next move will be. Initially, when Bitcoin was flying high, my intentions were to start to reinvest as soon as I accumulated enough Bitcoin to repay myself in US dollars for my $3,150 initial investment. But Bitcoin's value dropped before that break-even goal was accomplished. So due to Bitcoin's decrease, I've kind of become a spectator, comforted by the knowledge that no matter what the price of Bitcoin is doing, my mining is accumulating small amounts of Bitcoin daily. Let's take a look at the possibility of reinvesting today. Of the 0.173 Bitcoin that I have accumulated, I have transferred 0.15 of it into my COINBASE wallet. Let's take a look at what that 1.5 Bitcoin is worth today. So I'm going to utilize the calculator at tools.bitcoin.com. This calculator is very powerful because it allows you to change the date to allow you to see the value of your Bitcoin on any given date. By plugging in the 0.15 Bitcoin, this shows me that my Bitcoin is worth $1,193 at today's Bitcoin value. I will then go to HASHFLARE to determine how much hash power I can buy for $1,193. Now currently HASHFLARE is offering a 25% discount. So this means I can purchase an additional 25% hash power if I buy it today. To determine how much more I can purchase, I multiplied $1,193 by 25%, and that gave me $289.25. I added that to the $1,193 to get $1,491. Knowing this information, I can now go into HASHFLARE and see that I can now purchase an additional 11.5 terahash of SHA-256, which is Bitcoin. So now let's plug that 11.5 terahash into a mining calculator. For this example, I'm going to use the calculator at cryptocompare.com. Since we are cloud mining and we're not mining from a mining rig that we own, there will be no electricity costs. So that's why the fields pertaining to electricity have zeros put in them. I did enter a 4% pool fee. Again, I'm not really sure how they determine this, but when I Google around, I often see that there are fees as much as 4%. So that's why I entered 4%. So this calculator is showing us that if we were to reinvest and purchase more hash power, it could possibly allow us to gain $172.50 profit, monthly profit. So again, take these projections with a grain of salt, because we know that the projection changes with the value of Bitcoin. But it does illustrate the power of compounding. So by utilizing Bitcoin that has already been mined from my original investment, this allows me to possibly make more monthly income from my mining efforts, and without investing any additional capital. Now let's take a different approach. What if I took that same 0.15 Bitcoin and did nothing and just waited for Bitcoin to reach new all-time highs? Bitcoin made its all-time highs on December 17th, 2017. So I'm going to use my calculator at tools.bitcoin.com. I'm going to plug in the 0.15 Bitcoin that I have and see how much it would be worth if I were utilizing the Bitcoin values on December 17th. As you can see, my 0.15 Bitcoin would be worth $2,879. Now let's say I was able to take that $2,879 and buy hash power with HASHFLARE. Let's just say that the prices are the same, but no discount at that time. I would be able to buy 24 terahash of SHA-256 for $2,880. So now let's take that calculation and plug it into another calculator at mycryptobuddy.com. I like this calculator because it allows us to change the price of Bitcoin to determine our mining efforts. So again, I believe Bitcoin will make new all-time highs. So what I did is I plugged the 24 terahash into the calculator. I also plugged in the $20,000 price for Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin was at its all-time high, it had touched 20,000. With that input, it states that the monthly profits that can be gained from this 24 terahash could be $896 monthly. So, should I reinvest or should I hold? Well, it all depends on your belief. I believe that Bitcoin will make new highs, and I'm hoping in 2018. So again, I'm going to hold for now, but that doesn't mean that my premise won't change in the next couple of months. Again, I'm looking at the 6-month mark to see if I have a better indication as to what I should do. Why in 6 months? Well, because I have been hearing that the strength of Bitcoin usually starts to happen after the tax deadline, and how much that strength will be or how long that strength will be, nobody knows. But ultimately, my belief has me holding, hoping to be able to capitalize on all-time new highs in order to reinvest in mining or just cashing out of Bitcoin. It depends. So time will tell, and of course I will keep you updated on this channel. Last but not least, let's move to price-pop.com and Amazon merch. Now the progress on these two streams of income is stagnant because I am in an extreme learning curve on how I can make both streams of income profitable. Both need to convert traffic, and I know from experimenting with Instagram influencers and Google AdWords, I was able to drive traffic to price-pop.com. Although this only created one sale from a total stranger, it allows me to feel optimistic that I'm one step closer. As far as Amazon merch, I still have 7 designs uploaded, but since I haven't been successful in converting sales on price-pop.com, I'm hesitant to pay for more ads. I also have not gotten any sales from organic Amazon searches. So right now I'm in a standstill because I'm not sure why none of the traffic converted into but one sale. And I don't want to continue throwing money into ads and not being able to convert them to sales. So this stream of income, I definitely have to be patient because I obviously don't know the answer to converting more sales. It's something that I'm going to have to learn, and it is going to be a vast learning curve. But I am optimistic because there was one point when I didn't even know how to drive traffic to my site. So I'm very optimistic that eventually this will happen. And as it happens, because this is the multiple passive streams of income channel, by you tuning in, you can see the stuff that is working and not working. And I'm quite sure there are many, many people in my shoes. Again, I wasn't even able to drive traffic to my site. And now that I have been able to do that, that allows me to believe that eventually I am going to figure out how to convert to sales. So with that said, I want to thank everyone for always taking the time to listen. I appreciate it. And again, take care of yourself as well as others. Take care.